Hey horror fans, welcome back to Room 237, coming at you with another trailer reaction video. Sort of a special one, kind of, I guess. Because, I think released today, I saw it today anyway, there was a trailer for Doctor Sleep. Now, for those that don't know what Doctor Sleep is, I think it was back in 2013, Stephen King released a book called Doctor Sleep, which is a sequel to his book, The Shining. And now a film adaptation is being made. So technically that means there's now going to be a sequel to the 1980 classic, The Shining. Of course, The Shining is my all-time favorite movie ever. Number one favorite, has been since I was a little kid. It's where the name of this channel comes from, Room 237. And I gotta say, watching the trailer, well, first I had known there was going to be a film adaptation. I didn't know it had already been made, and it was this far along. I guess it's being released in November. I was just scrolling through Facebook, and I saw a trailer was out already, so I was like, fuck, gotta check that out. And I gotta say, my reaction from finding out to actually seeing it has changed. I'm still skeptical. And when I first found out, I was just like, oh, they're gonna make it just like a sequel to the movie. Which, why would I think that? Well, because Stanley Kubrick's The Shining is very, very, very different from Stephen King's novel. So much so, Stephen King has hated it for decades. He produced and oversaw a 1997 TV miniseries remake, which is a piece of shit. I'm not a big fan of it at all. So I thought, maybe it would lean more towards being an actual adaptation and being a sequel more so to the book, to the miniseries. But of course, they're making it more of a straightforward sequel to Stanley Kubrick's film, despite how different the story, the tone, and everything else that movie is. I'm surprised Stephen King let that happen. So, and, obviously I was skeptical because that is my favorite movie. And, I'm the kind of person that when they love something, they don't want any extension of it. They don't want it being messed with. I will say I was impressed with the trailer. I was like, this looks way better than I thought. Still skeptical. Because there were things I saw in the trailer that I liked. Some things that I sort of expected. Things I liked. Okay, Ewan McGregor as adult Danny Torrance. I like Ewan McGregor. Which I guess, for those that don't know, I guess the story, I haven't read the book. Danny Torrance, he's now full grown, he's a doctor, and he uses his gift of shining to aid elderly dying patients to death, so they can die peacefully. And then something with a cult, it's Stephen King, so it's going to be weird. So, Ewan McGregor, that I thought was cool. Shots from the original film, like Danny on his big wheel running through the halls of the Overlook from the original film. That's how I knew it was going to be a direct sequel to the original movie, not more so the book or the miniseries itself. Sort of recreated shots, like the woman in the tub and the hallway that the girls were in. Sort of Danny kind of telling his story to a young girl who has The Shining. Of course, the thumbnail for the video is him looking through a hole in the door, like the Here's Johnny scene. Which I did like that scene. You can tell it's been a long time has passed. I don't know if he's actually at the Overlook or if it's like a vision he's having. But you see the red rum door and the hole in the door, and he looks through it. And I'm like, okay, that actually looks kind of cool. When the trailer ends and you see the title, Doctor Sleep, you get the Shining theme. Bum, 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 bum. You get, which, that's my favorite piece of music in cinema. That's my favorite movie theme. Things I didn't like. It looks like another generic supernatural paranormal film. Like, it looks like just another Haunting in Connecticut, Annabelle, sinister, loud, jumpy boo scares, and just a very generic feel to it. And the original Shining, there's a lot more than that to it. Slow, methodical, it's earned. Jump scares are not earned. But again, it's a trailer, so they gotta put juicy stuff in it like that to get you hooked. So I'll say, I'm a little bit more hooked than I was before. At first, I was just like, fuck this, don't want to see it. It is a much better idea than that prequel that's been in the talks since like 2011 called Overlook, and it's about the construction of the hotel. Unneeded, unwanted. I always said if you're going to extend the story of The Shining, just adapt Dr. Sleep. I was hoping it would be more, nothing to do with Stanley Kubrick and just more about Stephen King's story and the miniseries. Just that way it wouldn't really have that stigma around it. But of course, Hollywood's a business. The Kubrick film is way more successful in classics. They got to make it related to that. I understand that. Will I see it in theaters? Abso-fucking-lutely. It's a sequel to my favorite movie ever. Of course I gotta see it. But, I'm still skeptical. I've been saying that a lot. I was impressed with the trailer. Looked better than I thought it was going to be. I like how they handled stuff from the original film more. But it still looks like a generic ghost movie. Newer ghost movie. But we'll have to see in November when it comes out. So, for Room 237, that's my thoughts on the sequel to The Shining. Thank you.